My dear, my father asked me last night if I was happy. He knew the truth before I did. Your love is like a secret my family whispers about when they think I'm not listening. You became a chapter they never expected me to write, but I couldn't help it. Last night, he spoke of you like a mystery, one I never had the courage to solve. My dad's voice trembled when he mentioned your name. He knew you were the one who changed me. His eyes asked if I was okay with this love, but my heart could only whisper, I'm not sure. I wanted to protect you from their judgment, but my love for you only made it stronger. My father's silence said more about you than I could ever explain. You've become a story they don't understand, but I hope one day they will. When he asked me about you, I didn't know how to answer. I just knew I didn't want to let go. He told me to be careful, but how do you protect your heart when it's already taken? I wish I could shield you from their words, but love doesn't need approval to exist. My dad's advice came too late. He saw what I ignored for so long. Last night, he warned me about love's dangers, but I was already deep in its hold. When he spoke of you, it felt like a warning, one my heart couldn't heed. My father's voice was full of concern, but my heart only beat for you. He asked if I was ready for the storm. How do you prepare for a love so wild? Last night, my dad said, protect your heart, but it already belonged to you. Your name slipped from my dad's lips like a prayer, and I couldn't help but agree. The moment my father asked about you, I realized you had already taken a permanent place in my soul. He noticed the way I smiled when I said your name. It wasn't the same as before. My dad didn't need to ask me how I felt about you. He could see it in my eyes. He warned me love was dangerous, but I knew this love was worth every risk. You're the name my family will whisper about when they think I don't hear them. My father doesn't know the depth of my feelings, and I'm not sure if I want him to. Last night he asked if I was okay, but only you could answer that. He asked if I was sure about you, and all I could say was, I have to be. The way my father spoke of you made me realize how much I want this love to stay. My dad asked if you were worth it. I couldn't answer because I already knew. Last night he saw the way I looked at you. It was more than just love. It was destiny. He said to think carefully, but my heart already knew there was no turning back. You are the answer to a question no one else can ask but me. My dad called me last night asking about you, but my heart already gave you everything. He tried to protect me from heartbreak, but how do you guard a love that's already bound your soul? When my dad spoke your name, it felt like a sign, the one I couldn't ignore. My father told me to be cautious, But with you, caution is a luxury I can't afford. You've become the love story I'm afraid to share, but it's the only one that matters. My dad saw the change in me before I did. He knows you're the one who made me better. He warned me about the storms of love, but I'd rather face them with you by my side. My father's words echoed in my mind, but the only voice I hear now is yours. He asked me if you were the one, and I finally understood what love feels like. The moment my dad mentioned you, I realized how deep this love runs, too deep to turn away from. Last night, he asked about you, and I could only say, I'm already lost. He doesn't see it the way I do, but my heart knows you are my forever. My dad's warnings only made me realize how strong my love for you really is. You're the person my family doesn't know, but you're the one who knows my heart. When my dad spoke of you, I saw the fear in his eyes. He didn't want me hurt. He called to ask about you, but what he didn't know is you've already consumed my soul. I never knew love could feel this way, and now my dad is wondering if I'm ready. He asked me if I was happy, and all I could do was smile because of you. The moment he mentioned your name, I felt a shift in the universe. I knew you were my truth. Last night, my dad tried to warn me, but my heart already had you locked inside. My father's concern is sweet, but it can't hold a candle to what I feel for you. He told me to be careful, but love doesn't work on a timetable. My dad noticed the way I spoke about you. It wasn't just words, it was forever. You've become a chapter in my life no one can erase. Not even my father. My father doesn't understand, but he doesn't need to. This love is my destiny, not his. He saw something in my eyes when I spoke your name, something that even I couldn't deny. When he called, I could feel his fear for me. But how could I explain what you mean to me? He warned me about getting too close to you. But the truth is, I've already crossed that line. My father asked if I was sure, but I could only nod. I knew you were the one. He didn't understand, but I didn't need him to. I had found my home in you. Last night, my dad asked if I was making the right choice. I didn't know how to explain this love. He asked if you were the one, and I realized there's no other answer but yes. My father tried to warn me, but my heart could only respond, I'm already all in. His doubts were loud, but my love for you drowned them out completely. My dad called last night, asking about you, but I had already made my decision. He said it was too soon, but the truth is, I've known you forever. I heard his concern, but my heart beats for you and only you. Last night, my dad mentioned your name, and I realized how deep my feelings have gone. He tried to warn me about heartbreak, but the love we share is stronger than any pain. He asked me if I was sure, and for the first time, I knew the answer with certainty. My dad's fear couldn't change what's in my heart. You're my truth, my everything. Last night, he called to check on me, but you're already woven into my soul. My father doesn't understand, but he doesn't need to. I'm not afraid anymore. He saw it in my eyes before I even said a word. This love is real. He warned me, but I know this love is the one I'm meant for. When my dad spoke of you, it felt like the universe confirming what I already knew. My father's voice was full of concern, but my heart already knew you were the one. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. His concerns were valid, but they couldn't change how deeply I loved you. He tried to protect me, but love doesn't listen to warnings. Last night, he asked if you were the one. He's right to be concerned, but I already know. He tried to caution me, but my love for you is already written in the stars. My dad's voice held doubt, but my heart spoke only truth. You are mine. When he asked about you, I realized how deeply I've fallen and how little I regret it. He tried to protect me, but I'm already lost in you, and I wouldn't change a thing. Last night, my dad saw the love in my eyes. It wasn't fear, it was certainty. My dad questioned it, but my heart had already chosen you long before. He asked me if I was sure, and I couldn't stop smiling because I knew. He tried to steer me away, but the universe had already placed you in my path. His words didn't change anything. My heart had already committed to you. He didn't understand how love could grow so fast, but I knew it was meant to be. My dad's doubts only made me realize how much more I want you in my life. He asked if you were the one, and I knew he didn't need an answer. I had already found you. My father spoke of caution, but my love for you had already taken root. Last night, my dad saw something in me. He knew my heart was yours. He wanted to protect me, but he doesn't realize this love is my protection. When he spoke of you, I realized how deep this love runs. It's deeper than fear. My father doesn't need to understand. He just needs to see the love you've sparked in me. My dear, he asked if I still believed in you. I said yes, with the kind of belief that breaks bones. He could hear the weight in my silence. Before I even spoke your name, I told him I forgave you. I didn't tell him I still dream about your return. He said you were a mistake. I didn't correct him, but my heart screamed. I told him you were gone, but I clutched my chest like you were still there. He asked if you ever loved me. I said yes, but it wasn't the safe kind. He said, you deserve peace. I didn't have the heart to tell him. You were my chaos. My voice cracked when he said your name. like my soul remembered the way you left. He asked if I still cry. I told him only when no one's listening. He warned me about you. I still chose the fire. He asked if you hurt me. I said, only in ways that felt like worship. He doesn't know you kissed my wounds before cutting deeper. He asked why I stayed. I said, because broken love still feels like love. He thinks you're the villain. I think you're just lost. I didn't tell him I still text you in my head every night. He asked if I'd move on. I told him I already did, in a parallel life. He said your silence was cruel. I said it was my lullaby. He reminded me of who I was before you. I miss her too. I told him I still believe souls can find their way back. He asked what I learned. I said, some love stories are better unfinished. He said, you're gone for good. I said, then why do I still flinch at your memory? I didn't mention how I still wear the ring in my dreams. He asked if I'm angry. I said, no, just permanently altered. He doesn't know I still replay the last thing you said to me. He said I deserve better. I said, I wanted you, not better. I smiled through the call, but I was bleeding beneath each word.